Hi, I'm Ben Mankiewicz. Welcome back to TCM and more of our Memorial Day weekend war movie marathon. During the Second World War, more than 16 million Americans served in the United States Armed Forces. Among them, a 21-year-old kid from Brooklyn named Norman Mailer. But unlike most of the other young soldiers, airmen, sailors, and Marines, Mailer wrote down what he experienced, then sent his thoughts and observations home to his wife, and he did this nearly every day. Mailer, who served in the Pacific and saw some action in the Philippines, famously described his time in the Army as, quote, the worst experience of my life and also the most important. Pretty close, by the way, to how my father described his experience in the Army in Europe during the war. 3 years after the war ended, Norman Mailer published a book, The Naked and the Dead, largely culled from those letters to his wife. A consensus developed almost immediately, calling the book one of the best American novels of its era. Up next, the screen adaptation of Mailer's novel, the book that launched his literary career. From RKO in 1958, distributed by Warner Brothers, they wisely kept the title, The Naked and the Dead. Aldo Ray plays an Army sergeant in charge of a group of young soldiers in the Pacific. Cliff Robertson, a future Best Actor Oscar winner but still fairly new to movies, plays Ray's superior officer. Raymond Massey co-stars as the general running the whole operation. The tension mounts among all three men as the soldiers under their charge try to take an island from the Japanese. During pre-production, before the cameras rolled, there was a fair amount of tension too, starting with how to turn Norman Mailer's novel, 721 pages, into a manageable motion picture. The solution, of course, was to make cuts, eliminating characters and scenes. These were pretty drastic changes that left Norman Mailer feeling that important details, critical details, had been lost. But it would be a mistake to compare the movie to the novel. They are independent pieces of art, and this is a powerful film. From 1958, directed by one of the top action directors in Hollywood, Raoul Walsh, The Naked and the Dead. The Naked and the Dead is one of the final films from director Raoul Walsh, whose career went all the way back to the silent era. Walsh had started out as an actor, played John Wilkes Booth in D.W. Griffith's The Birth of a Nation in 1915. As a director, Walsh earned a reputation in Hollywood as an expert when it came to action movies, often working with macho stars like James Cagney, Humphrey Bogart, Errol Flynn. During the Second World War, Walsh made a number of war movies for Warner Brothers, including Desperate Journey and Objective Burma. He continued to return to the genre after the war ended, including with another World War II picture starring Aldo Ray, Battle Cry, released in 1955. Coming up, John Gilbert leads the cast of a landmark World War I movie made during the silent era, The Big Parade from 1925, directed by King Vidor. It's next on TCM.
Next on TCM, The Big Parade, then West Front 1918, and later The Dirty Dozen. Make a clean getaway to TCM tonight.